Do you think the Tower of Babel could have been a spaceship?
I mean, I don't think it's orthodox. You don't have to build it into space. It just has to be high enough. They also believe like hell is a physical place in our existence, and if you go far enough down, you're going to get there. God gave over the inheritance to the people and divided the nations and kept a portion for himself.
Okay.
So if you look in Scripture, where did God divide the nations?
Tower of Babel?
Absolutely. So some people don't interpret it this way, but I don't think that you can point to any other instances in Scripture where God divided the nations. And so what happens is because of the rebellion that takes place, where they build the Tower of Babel, it's them trying to get into the heavenly places.
Okay.
Them trying to reclaim that position of being able to navigate between the physical and the spiritual.
Do you think the Tower of Babel could have been a spaceship?
I mean, I don't think it's orthodox.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not canonical.
Yeah.
Not canonical.
So,
well, I just got to think, if you're building a tower, were they... I think that when I was young and I heard that, you would think, well, they were so simple. They thought you could build a tower all the way into the sky of space. And they didn't even have the architecture that we have today. And we know how hard it is to build skyscrapers 100 feet, 100 stories tall. And so we're these humans naively thinking we're just going to keep piling bricks up until we reach the heavens.
Right.
Or maybe it was something where if they saw, if these aliens or bodies or beings are going all the way up into the sky, maybe what they were actually building was a spaceship because they wanted to go all the way up to where they went. I don't know. I'm just,
yeah.
I always wonder, what were they thinking building the Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't today, and I don't know if they would, but I wouldn't today think, let's build a physical structure into space. That seems engineeringly so hard to do.
Sure.
Anyway, yeah, I was wondering.
So the context I think that you can take here is they gave a lot of emphasis to like Mount Sinai, for instance.
Yeah.
Moses goes up to the top of Mount Sinai. And they believed the high places were areas where maybe there's a crossover between the spiritual and the physical.
It was thin. It was thinner barrier.
And for them as well, I mean, they thought God exists up in the clouds, in the high places where we don't have access to. And you kind of see that with like Mount Olympus, this place where the gods are up there. And they also believed like hell is a physical place in our existence, and if you go far enough down, you're going to get there. So I think it's more so they understood the higher places to be places that you would more or less have the ability to encounter the divine.
Okay.
And so,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, that physical construct, you don't have to build it into space. It just has to be high enough that you can get to
If you can raise your altitude up,
right,
then maybe you can get a piece of it.
Which is consistent with why they built ziggurats, right? So they
built what?
Ziggurats, like these really tall structures, right?
Oh.
Step temples and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
In every
Cool.
major city-state, you've got the walled area, but at the very center of it is a ziggurat where they practiced all their religious customs.
Okay.
And that's true for the Sumerians and Mesopotamians, all the various people groups. You see these large towers built. So that's what they think the Tower of Babel was, a really large ziggurat.
Okay. Okay. So it was a physical, Tower of Babel was a real physical thing.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
authors of the Bible would have thought that.
Okay.